Okay, it looks like this thing is on live. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the page. Live events. No, not that one.
I see your screen fine. I see it on my TV while I'm sitting down
Okay.
here setting up.
Is that it? See,
Looks
this
like
shit is all fucked up, man.
I can see the screen fine. I can see everybody, so I
Hey,
see all
Tiff, see
y'all.
if you can see the stream that we're doing, the one that I scheduled.
Okay, give me a
I
sec.
I see it. I'm watching it now.
We're on it.
Yeah. Take off my fucking shoes.
Not showing shit.
You want me to send you the link or something? Maybe if you click an external link, that might work because it's funky that way
Man, this
sometimes.
shit, ever since they did that fucking update, it's been fucked up, man. I'm telling you. Okay, here we go.
Can you see it now?
I see it. I see it now.
Let's see. YouTube, where are
Okay.
you?
Well, let me share this to Facebook. Like my Major Blood helmet. Oh, Kitty.
Is that an actual man? It is. At first, I thought it was like a Darth Vader piece with the mouth grill taken off. It is, yeah.
Cobra joint, bro.
Is that an orthopedic eyepiece you got on too? Like an actual one?
Yeah. And Major Blood will lead them. Major Blood. Okay, share this. You know I love Major Blood, right?
Major Blood is a complete another scumbag. He was
that's why I like him. That's why I like him. That's why I like him.
He was completely disloyal.
If it didn't benefit him, he wasn't doing it.
He didn't want to wear the Cobra patch on him. He just walked around without it. No. Oh, put my foot up right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5.
All right, and there we go. All right. Make sure we got everything right. All right, so hey, Ja, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, so hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TNT Photon HQ. I'm your host, aka Major Dud today. That's who I am.
Hey, Ja, what's going on?
That's some kickback.
Ooh. So let me turn the volume off.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go. All right, and we have our wonderful co-host today. We have Miss Polo, the beautiful and adorable Miss Polo, and the evil mercenary Count.
Dirtbag.
Oh, I'm a nice guy.
Today we're going to be covering a couple of topics such as XX Tentacion's death. Joe Jackson died, and we just going to give a random conversation. If you guys want to input anything in the comments down below or on the side or in the chat section over there, just try to keep it clean as much as possible. I know people can get opinionated, but just take it a little bit easy. We're going to be covering the last day of Toys R Us, all that stuff. So just tune in, chill out, get you some whatever you eat, some peanut butter and jelly or some snacks and shit like that. And this show is brought to you by Cobra. Yes, Cobra.
Man, you're having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the afternoon. That's pretty sad, man.
Peanut butter and jelly is good all the time. What's up, Quentin? What's going on? Peanut butter and jelly is good all the time.
That's something they used to give away for free because you couldn't have lunch. You didn't bring your own lunch. You couldn't afford lunch, so they'd slap you down like a government peanut butter and jelly sandwich with half side bread would be like white, other half is wheat, and it come with a piece of celery. That's what they did in my school. They kicked out.
I don't know about that shit. What school you went to? They would really give us like peanut butter and jelly, and it would be like. Actually, they would give us goobers. You know, the kind that's automatically peanut butter and jelly mixed together.
That shit is garbage. That stuff is absolute garbage. I'd never eat it.
I've never heard of them giving you two different kinds of bread on that motherfucking celery stick. They didn't do that shit with us. We rarely got peanut butter and jelly, to be honest.
At my school, it was a dry ass bologna sandwich is what you got.
I always preferred bologna.
Ah, man,
You okay, Danae? Your eyepiece? Your eyepiece?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my eye from falling out. The kids.
Yeah, I actually wore an eyepiece for a good while because I had eye surgery because my eye was busted due to an altercation. So I wore an eyepiece for about, I give say 6 or 7 weeks, and it gets really itchy under there. So yeah, go ahead and scratch that out.
No, I'm trying to tighten it up. I think I got to tighten it up over here. Trying to get in the character for your ass. So Major Blood and Major Dud will lead them. How did he look on the cartoon? He was like,
he had a robot arm, like one of his arms was blown off in the war or something.
Fucked up, wasn't it? Yeah, one of his arms was fucked up.
It was all black, and it was like a black steel piece with like skinny little fingers.
All right, there we go. I got it tightened. I found out how to tighten it. All right, there we go. There we go. Now I can run. Now I can roll with it. Yep. And Major Dud will lead them like Cobra. So yeah, I don't know. I was reading an article and they were talking about Stan Lee and elder abuse and shit like that. Like he's been like, I think it was kind of like his manager or something like that was abusing him. It was just crazy.
I heard
I
bit
was
about
reading
this
up
too.
on that.
What you guys got for me?
I was just reading up on that, and it was crazy. I seen a picture of this guy. His name is Kia Morgan, and he looks sketch. He looks really sketchy. The reports say that he isolated Stan from his family, even his daughter. He isolated him from any other business partner, manager, and in his bio, in his IMDb, it said that he was Stan's co-creator. Like he was really trying to move in and be Stan's everything, really.
That's fucked up.
Like it seemed like if he wasn't stopped,
right,
then he would eventually say Stan had an accident.
Wow. Because there was rumors and speculation that his daughter was also clunking him over the head at random and shit like that.
I heard that. I heard that.
His daughter, because he raised his daughter to be like this entitled fucking jerk off that just pretty much like, daddy, give me, daddy, give me this, daddy, give me that. And I mean, like, she was like demanding money. He's been paying her. She hasn't worked, from what I read, and I could be wrong. They said she hasn't worked a day in her life because her father, pretty much takes care of all her bills and shit like that, and would sign off checks to her. And she's so entitled now to where she feels as though that she's just supposed to get shit from him.
Now, reportedly, this Morgan character started off as friends with her.
Right.
Ooh.
But he eventually cut her out too.
Damn.
Yeah, but who's to say they don't team up in the back? And I actually heard what Danae was talking about with the daughter. From what I hear too, is that Stanley, he's on the record as saying one of his biggest fears was that he would pass on and she'd be left and pretty much end up homeless or like on Skid Row.
Exactly.
She's never worked, has no kind of social skills. She's all kinds of just coddled.
No, even actors that have met her, they say she's a fucking A-class scumbag. Like, you know what I'm saying? She has no regard for anything or anyone but herself and shit like that. So I mean, like, I hope Stan Lee, being Stan Lee, his writing, his creation, so on and so forth, and he means a lot to me. I don't want to, because see, you know what? I don't want to get old and have somebody do some shit like that to me. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm hoping things work out for him. I'm hoping that the rumors aren't true of him being abused, not only by this fucking piece of shit guy, but by fucking what's her name? His daughter and shit like
Elsie,
that.
I think her name is.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. It's fucking
just scum all around.
But I mean, he was arrested on charges of filing a false report because 2 investigators and a social worker actually came into the house when he was gone and locked him out. Like, they were just doing a welfare check on Stan, and he called the police trying to get them out of the house. I guess he was terrified of what they would find.
That's horrible.
But like the reports say that he moved Stan from Stan's original estate into this other house and just cut him off from the world.
That's horrible.
Which was a big reason why he didn't physically appear in Deadpool.
That's horrible. That's absolutely fucking horrible. Because there was a signing he had at one of the conventions, and this man was just so fucking tired. He was lethargic. He was spinning. he was just so I would say like he was just so out of it to where like he was just signing, like he was just going like this, like just signing, like, and then like he leaned over. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible to watch, man. And you know, people just kept coming, and the fucking guy, the manager and shit like that, just kept bringing papers to him for him to sign and shit like that. I was like, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. I wouldn't want this for my. Honestly, I mean, as you get older, those are supposed to be like your twilight years. That's where you're supposed to pretty much like, you know, enjoy your life. And as much contribution as Stan Lee has made to not only just the comic book field, but to just like entertainment in per se, and the meanings and the meanings that he's had and like put into his comic books. Somebody like him doesn't deserve that.
Right. It's like he was such a strong character, such a strong presence in the comic book community, in the the MCU movies. He's 95 now, and it's really making me sad to think that
this is how his life is going to end.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody needs to do something, and I think they are doing something, which is why this Morgan character, he has a restraining order on him now. He's this guy, he's actually on probation for something else. I don't understand how he was able to weasel his way so deeply into Stan's life this way.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. So you know what? We haven't done this, you know, since we launched the show, we haven't done this. So we might as well just pretty much like let everybody know what we're into individually, what we are, who we are, what we like, what we don't like. You know, I know Count Kenny doesn't like anything that's not paying. So he's the mercenary. Count Kenny, tell them a little bit about yourself, what you like, what you're into, some of your hobbies, some of your professions, what you want us to know, what you don't want us to know. Tell us to mind our own business, whatever the case may be. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
You know, back when I was a kid, we were forced to do this thing called community circle, where we pass around a koosh ball, and you'd have to share shit about yourself. Now, every time I was past that, I'd always say, nah, not me, and I throw it back. I don't got nothing to share with nobody. Nah, I'm pretty average. You know, I'm the failed host of a few podcasty type shows. You know, I did my whole thing. Hopefully, folks don't remember my mediocre efforts from that. I did a few little drawings and scribbles for a few rapper type guys back in the day, so I did some graphic art a few times. That's past me. Now I pretty much just do a 9 to 5. I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I like action figures and movies and whatnot. You know, pretty averagey. Pretty boring these days too, to say the least. Yeah.
Right. So next up, we have the beautiful and adorable Miss Polo. Miss Polo, tell us a little bit about yourself, background, whatever you want us to know, just so the audience could get used to seeing you, so they'll know, you know, they have a little.
If I must.
Yes, please do. Come on, baby. Tell us. Tell us.
Well, my name is Tiffany. I am a typical black nerd. I'm married. I am a mother of one. I'm trying to raise the next generation of nerds. Pretty much like Kenny said, I am pretty boring. I go to work, I come home, I play my games, do mom stuff. I more specifically, I like platformers and adventure and puzzle games. Not too good at first-person shooters. I tried that, and like with the Call of Duty, I tried all that, and I was okay until camping snipers happened, and I threw my controller.
Camping snipers.
Spawn camping snipers.
Yeah.
And I got so pissed I threw my controller. I was like, yeah, this shit's too expensive. I can't be breaking my shit. So I retired from Call of Duty and the like. I like games, love games like Ori and the Blind Forest, Mechanarium. I'm really into the indie games, you know, the little platformers. Ori and the Blind Forest, Limbo, you know, Inside, things like that. By the way, really looking forward to Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It comes out next year and I'm sad.
Right.
Can't wait. So that is me. Oh, and I love all things Disney, Harry Potter, Um, I'm a dork. I'm just gonna say that I'm a dork and proud of it. So that's me.
Okay. All right. All right. So let me see. And the last one left, I guess, is me, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. My name's Danae. I'm like I would say like I'm like 100 years old. I pretty much grew up. I pretty much grew up in the era where, like, for me, I would say sci-fi was at its pinnacle. I grew up in like the late 70s, 80s, and I mean, like, I was exposed to a plethora of different genres, action figure collecting, which was perpetuated by my mom because my mom was a doll collector. Not to mention, she was a comic book reader, and
I know you put my foot in your drink.
yeah, comic book reader, and so on and so forth. You know, so I mean, like, it was a I enjoyed my childhood. I grew up pretty much like it wasn't a single parent home. My father was there, but at the same token, they were going through some things. So I mean, I grew up between living in Brooklyn and Newark, New Jersey, Brooklyn, New York, and Newark, New Jersey. So, and I had a lot of uncles that were ex-military. My grandmother was a very tall and strong woman. So I grew up with a certain amount of values and morals and standards to where so it made me the man I am today. Now, as far as like my preferences, and my talents and my little hidden abilities and my hobbies, I pretty much try to incorporate them all into one realm of entertainment. I play guitar. I've studied martial arts for years. Um, what else? I did a little bit of boxing. What else? I used to be a dancer for Queen Latifah at one time. I don't know why they took down the video. I was in this video called Dance to the Music back in like 1989. Yeah, no bullshit.
I am learning some stuff today.
Yeah, I was a dude with the high flat top and stuff like that. I had on a white outfit. I don't know what they took the video down. YouTube is just smacking down a whole bunch of stuff. What else? I did a little bit of you know, I'd rather not even talk about that. But yeah, I'd rather not even talk about that. I was a bouncer and bartender for years. I do IT work. I'm a Renaissance man. Sell cars. I'm in the real estate. I trade stocks here and there every now and then. I get pissed off and I fall back from it when I lose a bunch of money and shit like that. So, you know, I have a many different, you know, things I try to immerse myself in because I don't believe in depending on a job to supply me the funding I may need. Don't get me wrong, I'll work a job, but at the same token, I look at life like this, that a job is my hustle and my business is my job. So, I mean, you know, that's pretty much how I surmise like certain things in a nutshell when it comes to me. As far as like my hobbies, I love action figures. I love anime. I love classic cartoons. I love classic movies. I love horror. I love reading. I love comics. I love oh god, the list just goes on. I would what you call what you would call a well-rounded individual in terms of sci-fi, pop culture, you name it, I'm into it. You'll be surprised that a lot of things that people will speak on, I'm able to relate to it. And I like being that guy that can relate to all different types of subjects. I don't like to, you know, pretty much keep myself in the realm of just knowing one thing or just keep myself exposed to one thing. I like to know everything, even when it comes to cultures. I like to know everything. I like to be able to at least like be well versed when it comes to a certain topic or conversation. I love being around entertaining people, positive people, happy people, people that speak their mind, but that can can accept an objective opinion or like
right.
you know, they can agree to disagree because there's been many times Miss Polo and I have agreed to disagree, and I mean, but what made me love her so much, and even Kenny, even Count Kenny and I, we've bumped heads with certain things where we really don't agree, but we take it and we keep moving because at the same token, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Right.
But you know, you can learn. Like me, honestly, I learn from everybody I come into contact with. Even if their thoughts, their interests, whatever the case may be, does not align with mine, I've just learned some. Because like what happens with me is like while I'm there and I'm in the midst of the debate, because I don't argue. Because essentially when you argue, you've already pretty much let the aspect of emotion overtake you instead of utilizing logic.
Exactly.
So therefore, what I do is I'll be like, Yeah, but I will give you rebuttal when I know you're definitely wrong and you're trying to prove your point with emotion. No, I come with facts. 9 times out of 10, if I speak on something, it's because I know it, or I've gotten down, or I've done my research. Where so I can be like, nah, man,
not so much.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to say that's how you feel about it, I got you. But if you're trying to push this off as fact, nah, because such and such and such and such, you can't deny facts. And I try to tell people, you cannot debate facts with emotion. You cannot debate facts and logic with emotion. You just can't. You can't. But
that doesn't work at all.
Yeah, but I mean, essentially, I'm for free speech. I have my certain views when it comes to, I don't believe everything should be tolerated. Everything should be, how can I say, just accepted, because some things
I'm triggered.
Yeah, exactly. Some things are perverse, some things are destructive, some things do not benefit society as a whole. And me as a person, and this is me speaking personally, I think the way we're headed in terms of our outlook on a lot of things is not based on opinion. It's based on how they're feeling, and how they're feeling is not always fact. So,
right.
Like when it comes to me, I'm a very amenable person. I'm a very amenable person, but I limit myself from being around negative people. And don't get me wrong, I can pretty much acclimate to anybody's personality. I think I have very good character assessment skills, because I've gotten to the point where not only through me reading and studying and learning about psychology, but I've gotten to the point where I can look at a person and know what type of person they are. I can talk to a person less than 3 minutes and know what type of person they are. Now, as far as me making a voice in my opinion on what type of person they are, I keep that to myself until it gets to a point where I know I'm about to burn this bridge. And I'll be like, you know what? You this type of, I always knew, and you was this, and you was that. Boom. There you go.
It's always fun.
Don't get me wrong.
Tell them how you really feel.
There are times I want to burn the bridge. There are times I want to destroy things. I'm going to be honest with you.
You have to do it strategically, though, sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? It's time to see this thing burn. It's time to see this thing burn. And and believe me when I tell you, I do believe sometimes there is beauty within destroying something you've built, or there's a certain level of happiness in destroying something that has been constructed. Now, a lot of people may take this as being like me being like very, not even narcissistic, but very pessimistic or dark. But I mean, everything doesn't need to last forever, because everything doesn't last forever.
Right.
But I mean, I'm a very open person. I'm very understanding. I love to laugh and joke. I have a very dark sense of humor. It's pretty much like I'm an open book. The same person that you may meet online as Danae is the same person you'll meet in person. Believe me when I tell you, I'm not one of those people like when you get around, I'm like, or I'm like socially awkward or socially inept. No, I reach and grab you. I reach and grab your hand. I'll give you a hug. I'll like pick like I'm about to box you or whatever the case may be. Whatever, I'll give you a hug, the whole spiel. Whatever.
I don't like people touching me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna fucking touch you when I meet you, Kitty. And look, I can see Kitty going like this. He'll be like, "What are you doing, man? I'm about to kill you."
Get off me.
That's non-halal. That's non-halal.
Get your hands off me.
Get your fucking hands off of me. You're like, why'd you stab me? You put your hands up. You put your hands up. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. And yes, I do love, I don't worry about what people think of me. I could care less. I don't, just as well as I've met people, or I meet new people, or I've had old people in my life, or for a lengthy amount of time, I'm willing to relinquish them, especially if they're like common interests, or we don't share common interests, their thoughts, or like they're just being a very negative person. I have no problem letting them go. I have no problem letting go of people.
Yeah, and I won't get them out of here with that negativity. Nope.
Don't get me wrong. I love dark comedy. I love dark humor. I love doing I love like teetering on the edge of like, like
but
shocking
there's
people.
A difference between dark humor and shock and just being pessimistic about everything.
Right.
It's a big difference.
Right.
I can appreciate some dark humor, which is why we're friends. I can appreciate that. It's hilarious. But if you're going to come in my life trying to down talk everything I do, down talk everything you do, down talk everything everybody else does. You gotta go.
Well, see, you gotta see the thing is that everybody doesn't know how to have a pen apply as I do. Oh yeah, Mouse Type said any other secrets. Mouse Type also said you said that I love the 80s. And yes, I do love the 80s. Oh my God, I love the 80s. 80s to me, man, I love the 70s as a kid, but I was a baby at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was a baby, but like the 80s, oh my God. I think it's one of the most pivotal eras that ever hit this fucking world. Ever hit planet Earth. I'm telling you. And Mouse Type also said in the comments here, Miss Polo, she said, loving the Afro puff. So yeah, you got a big fan there. You got a big fan there. Uh-oh, my helmet came loose. Let's see.
I've been natural for about 7 years now, and it's the best decision ever. I wish I had done it sooner.
You look absolutely stunning with your natural hair, which is what I think most. And again, this is just me. I think our Black women look best in their natural state. Believe me when I tell you. And then, you know, I may catch a lot of flack for this, but that's just the way I feel.
I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount.
Black women, to me, don't look like anybody else. They can't look like anybody else. And that's what makes them special. You know what I mean? But you get a lot of them that's influenced by that European culture, whereas though they feel as though like, oh, if you don't have long hair, or oh, if you don't have a perm in or have a weave, or whatever the case may be, that you're not beautiful. No, I think Black women look beautiful in their natural state. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of my friends who say, oh, I can't pull it off. I wouldn't look good like that. Girl, anybody listening here, let me tell you now, you look good. You can't not look good with what grows out of your head naturally.
Right, exactly.
Come on now. It's there for a reason.
But a lot of it to me, and again, this is getting off topic. I know we went way off topic, but a lot of it to me begins at home because you have a lot of women that are when I was growing up, you had either they were very strong women or they were very self-conscious women. And a lot of the strong women is what I grew up with. They didn't mind showing their natural hair. They all like, if they did put on a wig, it was just to go out real quick. But as a staple, they braided their hair. Not to mention, I grew up in a family where a lot of my family members were like of mixed descent, or they were just like, you know, either they were Black, Spanish, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, like to have that, how can I say, to have that, like, have that investment in different cultures. I have that exposure to different cultures. I guess it made me the person I am. To where as though I was never told that because of my color, my hair, whatever the case may be, that I was ugly or I needed to straighten my hair or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Then you were lucky.
Yeah, I just wasn't raised like that.
The way I'm talking now, I just became like that in recent years.
Right.
I'm just, being honest. I was extremely self-conscious from as long as I can remember. If I saw a girl with natural hair in high school, I was like, why didn't she straighten that? What's wrong with that? That was just the way I was raised. I've gotten a perm since I was 7, 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was deep ingrained that you need to have straight hair to be pretty. Blonde if possible.
That's horrible. That's horrible. And that's something we as a race need to stop doing. We need to stop trying to appropriate European culture and love ourselves for what we are. Me, myself, honestly, I think my biggest lure growing up was the fact that I was a dark-skinned Black man. You know what I mean? I never wanted to look light-skinned because most of the times girls would be like, honestly, most of the times when most women like me, they'd be like, your complexion is beautiful. I'll be like, thank you. You know what I mean? And I mean, I grew up to be proud of being part Nigerian and part whatever my mother is. My mother's part Dutch and this, that, and the other. There's a whole bunch of stuff running through. But at the same token, I've always embraced the fact that my father was Nigerian. You know what I mean? So like, that's why you always see me talk Nigerian jokes and say this, this, that, and the other. But yeah, we're going to get back on topic. We're going to get back on topic because we just ran off and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you know what? I just see somebody that might want to join the show.
Oh. Bring him in.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can invite her. Can I invite her? So you guys keep on carrying this subject. I'm going to try to invite her, okay?
Kenny, you okay, bro?
I gotta get some water. I'm hacking up a lung. I'll be right.
Oh no!
You're gonna
Don't die on
die.
us. Don't
Yeah, I
die
think I'm
on
gonna
us,
die.
bro.
I'll be right back. Ugh.
Please don't do that. Don't do that. That's not good. Don't die.
So Tiffany, I'm gonna take the floor real quick. I'm gonna try to add Lorraine real quick. See what she has to say. She says she wants to come on the show, so we'll add her real
Yay!
quick. You
I'm
know
tired of
Lorraine,
being the
right?
only source of estrogen here. Bring her on.
All right, cool. Wish,
Okay.
come on.
Bring her on.
Sorry about that, y'all. It's the STDs acting up on me.
Oh
That's what's up.
no! You
Awesome.
get that checked out, bro.
Awesome. Be sure to put the bleach in the needle. It helps, believe me.
I'm riddled. I'm literally
I'm
riddled
riddled.
in everything.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
Kenny,
God.
Mouse Type said no dying on the show.
Yeah, that's not good. We shouldn't do that.
I'll do it
I'm
outside.
pretty
I'll make sure I do it outside.
I'm pretty sure they'll demonetize us if you die. Don't do it.
Yeah, right.
No, I got good manners. Always die outside, not inside the
Demonetize me
house.
a
So
long. They
step outside.
demonetize me when
Do
they.
it quietly. If
I
you're
got
gonna die,
dignity. I'll die with my dignity. Much.
I mean, if you're gonna die, do it quietly.
Yeah, I'd like to have my dignity. Like I said, I'm not gonna make a bunch of noise. I'll just make sure I just skirt off in the corner quietly and hold myself and then die.
Okay. As long as we have that understanding.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to disrupt the flow of the show while I'm over here dying. So we're all good to go.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Now, what do you
Yeah.
guys think? What do you guys think about the Disney Fox merger? Is that good or bad? Your thoughts?
It can be good. It can be bad. With anything, it's bad to become a monopoly, and and Disney is definitely quickly becoming a monopoly.
Yep.
It could be a good thing. I liked what they did with the Deadpool movie, all that. They're absorbing things but not changing what they are. Not really, anyway.
Right.
And I mean, like I said, any monopoly can be bad, but they're doing good things so far, so I'm not opposed to it.
I think it's a mixed bag, but I think you won't see any more movies along a hard R like Logan anytime soon.
I agree.
Because Logan are actually more serious, less jokey. There's even a black and white version that's floating around, a noir cut that just makes it feel more like an old timey kind of, like a gun, like Shane or like a gunslinger movie.
Right.
I think with the Disney acquisition, you're going to lose all these mature kind of themes. It's going to be because all these Marvel movies coming out, and while they're serviceable, they're like a McDonald's hamburger or cheeseburger. You know what you're getting when you get there. It's going to taste a certain way and look a certain way. It is what it is. It's not going to be spectacular and knocking it out the park. I liked a few of the Marvel movies. I liked the last one with the Thanos dealie. I thought that was good. But for the most part, they've all felt kind of, one note to me.
Right.
And I think whatever characters that Fox has, like Deadpool, which Disney's going to use him anyway. He's extremely going to get used by Disney left and right. And they're going to get even more Disney-fied out to, you're not going to have that mature kind of feel for everything. It becomes completely for the children, which I'm not a big fan of.
I don't think so, because I mean Disney has their hand in just about everything, and you don't really notice a difference in anything.
Yeah, but I think Disney would want to sell the toys or push whatever marketing they do towards the children, because first and foremost, if you look at what they do with the Marvel characters, they always have some sort of kiddish style cartoon around them, and they're not gonna want to have a movie where this guy is offing a whole bunch of people and killing them and shooting guns and bullets at human beings, and then try to sell a cartoon with that same character. I think.
Right.
Like if you take Blade or something and there's blood and guts left and right, and he's cutting off heads and they're incinerating, would you take that and turn it into some kind of cutesy, mugsy kind of? What would you remove from that character to Disney fight that would kind of take it away from its core? So I think that's the one thing I'm not a big fan of, is taking a lot of that more darker kind of bloody core away from it and just streamlining it more for the mainstream.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think that it's a very bad idea. I think it's a very bad idea. But at the same token, money talks. Money talks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, money talks.
All hail Lord Disney. All hail Lord Disney. He's going to consume and swallow everything. Therefore, we will all be under its veil. And so it shall be. All hail the mouse.
But see, at that same token, you're
I'm
right.
going to
Money
add,
talks.
I'm going to add Shamika. Shamika wants to come onto the show, so I'm going to add her. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think it's a good idea at all. I don't think it's a good idea at all. At all.
But like you said, at the same token, money talks, and if they're smart, they'll realize they also have an adult market, and they won't touch, you know, what's going now, like Deadpool and all that.
Yeah, that's not. But you know, it's Disney. You know what they're gonna do. You know exactly what they're gonna do.
Watch, they all gonna start shooting laser guns all of a sudden. I think they do it now with the toys, the action figures from like what was it, the Marvel Legends, didn't they? If you look at the guns they come with, they color them. You know, they don't even pack them with realistic looking pistols. Like you can't identify what these are anymore.
They all look like gray Nerf blasters and shit.
Yeah, it's just
one of them. Actually, one of my videos got taken down because the action figure, and it was a Marvel Legend action figure. I think it was Punisher. I did one of the two. They took it down because they said they had a gun. They had a gun and stuff. I am not lying. I'm not lying. You look on. I can show you the raw footage of one of the video I did for that. And they took it down because they said it's promoting violence or something like that. I was like, it's the fucking Punisher. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, YouTube wants nothing to do with guns completely. If you're doing a mod review for Fallout, because I do mods and shit, I do texture work. If you do a review, you have to change the name to like W instead of saying weapon. You can't refer to them as gun. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we have a very good friend and associate of mine, Shamika Sanders Sykes. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh my goodness, why am I on the air?
What's up, sweetie? How you doing?
I'm hot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you only live like a couple. What? You in Brooklyn or Bronx, right?
I'm in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you like what? 15 minutes away from me? Jump across the highway? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I don't drive, so.
Yeah, she's a very good friend of mine, very good associate. You care to tell me a little bit about yourself, Shamika?
My name is Shamika Sanders Sykes. I am a contributing writer for Urban Magazine. I am also a writer for Fish and Grits Magazine. I also do interviews, and I may be doing digital promotion for Def Jam Rock Nation. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
All right. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see and hear. That's what's up. Well, we'll definitely be supporting you any way we can. I'm Major Dud, Major Blood's bastard son. And Major Dud will lead. But yeah.
So what's shaking?
Not much. Not much.
Is that Tiffany?
Yeah, that's Tiffany. We got Tiffany on here.
Hi, darling.
We got Tiffany on here. We got Count Kenny on here.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, all the degenerates are in the room.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm ready to go back to jail. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we would
all go to hell together.
Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. We were
She
just covering a couple of topics, but you're willing to add anything you want, plug anything you want, whatever the case may be. I'm honored to have you on the show. I'm honored. My co-host honored to have you on the show. I'm honored to have my co-host on the show. I don't even see why you motherfuckers hang around me.
Porque we love you.
Oh man. You know what? Here's the thing. Like it'll be times I'll send Kenny a message, or like if I'm streaming or something, he'll just come up. He'll be like, "Scum." Like, he don't even say
endearment.
He don't even say hello. He'll just say "scum"
or "scumbag." I'll mix it up.
Yes. It was like one time he just put up. He said, "You're a scum."
Like, oh my gosh, I can't hear nobody right now. I'm gonna put on my headphones.
Okay, cool.
Because I can't hear no one.
Oh, no.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
I think she dropped us. Ouch.
But you know what? I was messing around on Google Prime, right? No, Amazon. I'm an Amazon Prime member, right? And I came across. Hold on, I think I'm
echo.
Yeah. Is it me?
Yo. It might be me.
Yeah, mine's is muted.
Yeah, that's better.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, just trying to make sure we got the right type of okay, yeah, okay. We're not getting as much kickback as before. All right, so I'm an Amazon Prime member, right? And again, I'm not being plugged by Amazon or no shit like that. They don't give me shit free. The motherfuckers, I think the motherfuckers actually charging me for 2 accounts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an Amazon Prime member, and I looked into all the amenities and benefits that I get from being an Amazon Prime member, and I saw that they let you read a lot of books. And I came across this one book called The Elephant Man. It's a comic book, but it's good. It is very good. It's like a cross between Sin City, Ninja Turtles, and I don't know. It's an adult themed book where essentially what had happened was this crazy scientist. I'm not going to kill it for you because it's still an ongoing series, but it's this crazy ass scientist where he goes and he goes to Africa. And he gets a bunch of he starts kidnapping like black women from around them and shit like that because their bodies are able to withstand the torture and or like are able to withstand like the intense childbirth of what he's doing. What the motherfucker is doing, he's actually taking like human DNA and crossing it with animal DNA and having it put inside of black women and incubating it. So of course these fucking mutant ass fucking people are coming out of these women and just ripping them apart and shit like that. It's a very graphic book, good as fucking hell. And then what happens is you see like you condition these fucking mutants and these creatures and shit like that through NLP, like neuro linguistic programming. They're like telling them that shit. They're neither an animal nor man. Tools and shit like that. Cliche storyline, but the way it's told and the way it's portrayed is absolutely gripping. I love it. I sat up, and I think I read what was it? I read up to like I would say 13 issues of this shit, nonstop. That's how good it is.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And it's called Elephant Men. It's called Elephant Men, and you see like they've cohabitated or like adjusted towards society. Like they start you out where it takes place. I would say like 30 years ago when they were first being like created by like these African women and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a touch. Hold on, it's a touch of echo. Is it on my end? One of us is echoing. I just received echoing. Yeah, somebody said that we're echoing bad.
Now, see, I think I would be interested in that, but I don't know. It's a little too close to home because it hits a little too close to reality. Because I don't know if you know, but gynecological advancements were only made because a gynecologist did experiments on black women.
Of course. Nazi Germany.
Henrietta Lacks.
A lot of that stuff too.
The story of Henrietta Lacks. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Hey, Shamika, do you have the YouTube on?
Repeat that.
Is YouTube playing where you're at? Like, are you watching it separately versus the stream?
No.
Is it me kicking back? Hold on, let me see something. I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. See if you guys and I need you guys to keep if it's me.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Hear you just fine.
I can hear you.
But we still get the echo though.
There's still an echo.
Can it be me?
So Tiffany, I need you to mute yours for a second, and we're gonna keep talking so we can find out who's echoing.
Muting now.
So guys, what's going on?
Still there.
Still there, right?
Hold on. Let me see if it's me.
Yay, it's not me.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, it was her. It was
good.
Yeah, it's Shamika.
Oh dang.
Yeah,
it's like playing phone tag. It's you.
Let me see. Maybe. Are you watching it on YouTube?
No, I'm watching it on my phone.
Trying to think how we can solve this because the audience is saying that we're getting a lot of feedback. Let me see.
Okay. You think if I put it on my tablet, it might work a little bit better?
Maybe so. Let's see.
All right.
I'll invite you right back in.
All right.
All right, cool. Yeah, but you guys got to check this book out. It's called Elephant.
Actually, I read a couple of issues of that yesterday. Right when you said yesterday, it was a pretty decent read.
Yeah, but did you like how the artists? It seems like they let different artists draw different books to give like different representations. To me, it makes you identify with the character better. You know what I mean?
Oh, snap! I forgot to mention actually. Yeah, they actually have human animal hybrids. Like in China, they have like a pig human embryo kind of deal they're already working on. So it is kind of semi-realistic already.
It's relevant to what's going on in society today. It's fucking crazy, man.
Okay, I'm going to quote Jeff Goldblum's character in the first Jurassic Park.
Right.
Scientists are concerned with whether they can. They're not concerned with whether they should.
Right.
Yo, I want to see a pig person what it looks like though. If they really are making human pig embryos, let one of them grow up. If they're just killing them at a field stage,
a pit bull person. Oh my God.
No, because they're pigs apparently. Because what they're doing in China is they have like a human pig embryo type deal. I guess that it grows to a certain age and then they kill it because it gets they don't want to ethically raise it. But I wonder how one of them things look like when you let it grow up, human and pig.
Oh my God, that's absolutely horrifying.
That is horrifying. Oh, that runs into all kinds of ethical questions.
Yo, I like that on issue, and I spoil one quick thing. Issue 1, they show like an underground human animal, like a fighting thing.
Yes.
I think if we do have human pig or human animal hybrids, that is a good way to kind of, you can't say they're useless. I mean, they're big and strong, and they're animals pretty much. Let's have them do some fights and shit, stuff. Let's put some tape on their hands and let them rock it in the cage or something. I love that shit, dude. So I'm pro human animal hybrids for entertainment.
What did you think of what was that? When they showed when they stormed, what was his name? Mappa's stronghold? And you just like the artwork is Tiffany. Believe me when I tell you.
I mean, no. Because when you sent us the list, I actually went to go and look it up, and the artwork is nice. The artwork is great.
Because see, they were done by two different companies. Because I think Image did them first, and then that was taken over by Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the artwork is great. It's just the story that kind of hangs me up there.
No, it's a rough story. I mean, like you gotta understand. Most of the books or like most of the stories that I pretty much find myself immersed in are the ones that pretty much like derive because you want to really know how I got it. How I got into comic book reading.
Manga.
I got into comic book reading through heavy metal. Mm-hmm. I was introduced to heavy metal.
Tremendous.
I was introduced to heavy metal as a kid, and I got into hardcore comic book reading as a child. Hold on, let me add her again. I'm gonna try to get her. There we go.
I mean, I'll give it a chance. I give anything at least one chance. But I mean, I'm going to warn anybody watching, it's going to be triggering.
But you know, Tiffany, it's a good story. Believe me when I tell you, it's very good.
Like I said, I'll give it a chance.
Because like it goes through, because like these mutant hybrid people, they start how can I say, cohabitating with regular human beings. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it becomes
a no-go.
Yeah. It's amazing. The storyline is amazing, and each one
has their
own story. Each one has their own story. Like it's told like through the like as a detective story. Mm-hmm. I think it's great. What's his name? The Hippo Flask.
Yeah, Hip Flask. He started as an advertisement mascot back in the day, and if you remember Wizard magazine.
Yes.
Comic books. Yeah, he was just a mascot for like a company that used to advertise lettering services for different companies or comic books or whatever. So I guess they took that character and branched out and gave it its own world, and that's what we have now with Elephant Men and the Hip Flask books. That's pretty fresh. That's a fresh way to find it. Like, hey, you find a mascot and you decide, hey, let's just give him a whole world and whatnot. So that's from that point alone, that's an interesting kind of thing to start your character with.
What I'm saying is, I'll give it a chance, but I'm just warning anybody watching, the origin story is going to be triggering. So, if you get past that, you'll have a good time.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's, you know what it is? You got to look at it for, like, even though it's not, it's sci-fi. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, and I understand it's triggering, but when you see,
it's fun.
It's fun.
Triggering.
It is. You got to watch. You got to read it. Like, don't just prejudge it. Just give it a chance, Tiff. You trust me when I tell you. I think you'll really like it. I'm telling you. It's not, and that's just shown briefly, because essentially this scientist not only was capturing African women, he was experimenting on everything, even his own people. He was just wilding. He was like a Dr. Wiley on crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just wilding.
Getting his Goebbels on.
Yeah, Elephant Men. You got to look it up. It's called Elephant Men. And then like the aspect that Amazon is taking over somehow or another, and because I wanted to get through most of the origin books first before I start divulging into the immediate series, the more recent series. The Elephant Men. There's this war going on, because evidently some of them live a long period of time, and there's a war going on later on in the future, which is the aspect that Amazon is taking care of right now, because I guess they bought the rights to it. You know what I mean? So like I get it. I can't stop reading it. I love independent comics.
Hey, this could sound like a dumb question, dude, but how do you read these on Amazon? Because I got Amazon Prime and I'm reading these books in other motives, but I don't even know how to access these features. I just use Amazon Prime for shipping.
Well, I tell you what. After we finish, I'll show you how to do it all. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
I got the Amazon Kindle.
That's what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, give me a second, guys. You guys can talk about whatever you want. Let me go get my my tablet, and I'll show you how to do it real quick. And I'll show you a couple of how the books look, Tiffany. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
I got these.
Kenny, I've got the Kindle Fire, so it's pretty good. You get some free books. I guess it's some free advertising for these guys, but
see, I'm a complete dumb when it comes to Amazon. All I really do is I use it for like the 2-day shipping, and maybe I'll use the Amazon Prime, the video service or whatever. But I really have no idea about all the other side services, like the books or nothing. So that's completely new to me.
Yeah, I mean, on my phone, I've got the Kindle Fire. It's like $10.99 a month, and I get so many free books. And it's the best ever.
I'm old-fashioned. I use torrents. I still use torrent site, and I use a drive, so I still bootleg.
Oh,
allegedly do that. I don't really.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Yeah. I got backup copies to whatever I ever copied online. I'm just making copies to have, because legally that's what you do. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Man.
Saw that copy.
You're into
the last movie I saw had like a crowd running through it, and I don't know if that was special effects or just people raising up.
We'll call it special effects.
It was immersion. Made me feel like you was there.
Hold on.
I got my Fire Stick in. It may or may not be hacked. So.
Shamika wants to come back.
Oh, that's a shame. Your Fire Stick's hacked? That's a...
What?
Mine's hooked up to my TV and it barely works. Something about who's back now? I heard the word back. That's what I heard.
Shamika?
No, I'm trying to send her an invite right now. I sent her 2. She said she didn't get them.
Yeah, we know how that works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to actually be on the Hangout program with it open to get a damn invite. Like,
right.
They won't even give it to you if you're not on it.
You gotta send it to 1sticks. Oh, here she goes. Hey,
all right, Shamika, you're back. There we go. All right, back together again. Hold on. But yeah, we were talking about, before you stopped in, Shamika, you didn't even tell us about you're also, I don't know if you want me to put this out there, but you're also a fantastic fucking DJ. Would you tell me? I don't think.
Muted, babe.
I don't think she. Wait, no, I didn't.
She must be muted.
Somebody in the comment section let her know. Wait, hold on. I'll send her a message.
I can't even see the comment section. Where is the comment section? My YouTube is all messed up too. Hold on, I gotta refresh my screen.
Yeah, but
There we go.
Y'all excuse my unbespectacled face. I gotta clean these things.
All right, I'll take a look at the comments. Did you guys know Snoop Dogg is coming out with the gospel CD?
What?
a gospel.
That should be interesting.
I mean, I guess I could see it, but why?
Yeah, I'm trying to send her.
Money? There must be a gimmick attached to the album.
I mean, because at
Gospel.
first he was
Well, he
what,
did
a
reggae.
reincarnation of Bob
Yeah.
Marley.
What?
Snoop Lion, remember?
Yeah. Do Christians even believe in
He-
reincarnation?
he put a documentary out about the whole deal, didn't he? You missed it.
What?
Tremendous.
Wait, what did I miss? Like, what happened? You get a
Bob
documentary?
Marley. Go right ahead. Explain it.
Apparently, Snoop Dogg is coming out with a gospel album, but previously in recent years, he has claimed to be the reincarnation of Bob Marley, renaming himself Snoop Lion.
There was a documentary that was on Netflix not too long ago, like describing the whole thing about his whole ordeal. Interviews with himself. Yeah,
Are you serious?
Snoop
Mhm.
Lion.
Oh, come on, bro.
Tremendous. Well, hey, to his credit, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Marley family co-signed it and they gave me okay with it. So there is that.
I mean, go with one religion and stick with it. Like Christianity doesn't even believe in reincarnation, do they?
I don't think Rastafari does either.
No, it doesn't. I don't understand. Like, how much did he pay them?
Must be a good amount.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you what, the Bob Marley brand do have a tremendous branch of products now, so maybe a good amount of money because there's all kinds of weed products left and right. I love the rolling papers personally. Tremendous rolling papers.
So what do you know? What are your thoughts on marijuana? Do you think it should be legalized, or you think like what? I mean, like literally, should it be like really legalized? Just like
Oh, I think it should absolutely be legalized.
yeah, exactly. I agree. And I don't drink or nothing. I think it should be easy to get, just like you go and buy a pack of cigarettes. No bullshit.
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you what though, I don't like new people because I'm in a state where it's legalized, and I've been a medical cannabis patient for years, and now you got these recreational guys coming in asking dumbass questions.
Right.
Ooh, well, they had to get me stoned. Just God damn it, just get in line, look at the menu, and then move. You know, so I just don't like new people. Go right ahead. I just want to say that.
Oh my gosh, you are the definition of antisocial, not asocial, which is a different thing. You are antisocial.
I love people. But the thing is that I can easily let people go. I have no problem with doing that.
Yep.
I
like burning bridges.
You're what I would call asocial.
I have no problem with doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not just saying I look to like create friendships and then just something like that. But if it's just like some shit that's just irreparable, or like the person is incorrigible, they're not willing to listen to reason and shit like that, I'd be like, all right, brother. All right. That's when I just be like, all right, brother. All right. So I'm gonna holler at you later. Bye.
I mean, I've only ever fully cut off one person in my life, and Danae, you know who that is.
Like, really? Did things really go that bad between y'all?
Yes.
I
could not possibly trust this person with any speck of information ever again.
And the thing about it is, I would never mention that person's name, but I had never, because honestly, Tiffany, I pride you on the fact that you're able to remain cool and you use intellect and again, this is not me being sexist or anything, but you use intellect in place of emotion. I've seen you pretty much speak how you felt on things, but usually 9 times out of 10, you would be like, well, logically, you're supposed to such and such and such and such a lot. And I'll be like, wow. And that's what's one of the things that drew me towards you, Tiffany, because you will speak of it on an emotional level, but you'll be like, but, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because I understand the human condition. I am a human being after all. But I also understand that emotion gets you nowhere.
Right.
If you respond in an entirely emotional way, 9 times out of 10, you will make the situation worse for yourself and everyone around you.
I agree.
And that's like at this point in my life, and actually every point in my life, I invite positivity. I invite people who want to better themselves,
Right.
and you can't do that if you're a purely emotional person.
Absolutely. You have to use, you know what? A lot of times, because with me, I'm put into a lot of leadership positions in life, home, relationships, so on and so forth. So therefore, I had to learn how to manage myself and make sound decisions versus using emotion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. There were a lot of times I'm like, what the fuck? You know, but then I'm like, you know what? I'd be like, never mind. Never mind. I read this one book where they stated that if you feel as though you're about to become emotional over something, don't speak on it for over 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Take 5 to 10 minutes before you speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
And think before you open your mouth. Now, there are some instances, I'm not saying I'm just going to be a layman and just lay back and just let motherfuckers just do shit. No. That's a different, that's the totally different debate. But I'm talking about in terms of conversation, so on and so forth. A lot of times I had to learn as a man and I had to learn as a human being that everything doesn't merit a response.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or sometimes you could pretty much find out everything that's going on or to get a better understanding of everything by just listening to everybody around you.
Just sit back and listen.
Yep.
Because given with the situation that that happened, I was able to discern who was on my side and who was just sitting back looking for drama.
Yeah, but what got me is that I'm not going to not to interject here, but what got me is that when that scenario did happen, I didn't know what was going on, but I didn't just jump to her side or jump to this person's side because I wanted to have sex with her or some junk like that, which is usually what you get with a lot of men or a lot of people that are in like a group. They'll just jump to that person's side, that woman's side or that man's side that they want because they have a special agenda for them and be like, well, such and such and such and such. No, as a leader and being that I was leader of that group that I had created, I looked at it objectively. And I just came at you and I was like, look, I don't know what had happened, whatever the case may be, but that was the first time, Tiff, I had ever seen you lose your fucking cool. That's how I knew something was up. You know what I mean?
Because this person, I'm all about my family. This person targeted my family.
Right.
And this person got to meet Keisha. There's Tiffany, which all of you know and love.
Right.
And then there's Keisha. Keisha's a mean bitch.
Oh, so that's the duplicity of your character, huh?
Mm-hmm. Keisha's evil, and I keep her locked up most of the time. But at that point, she was like, "Forget all that, I'm coming."
Right.
Just for a second, well, about 5 or 10 minutes, she was able to get free, and she kind of, sort of, ruined this person's life.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the rings back, so yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I had never seen you step out of character like that before.
And I haven't since.
Yeah, I had never seen you. That's how I knew something was up. But I don't take sides or anything. I take the side that's right. You know what I mean? Or I try to diffuse the situation. And I mean, like usually, I will have a tete-a-tete with individuals when it comes to them debating with me. I will have a tete-a-tete. But when I see it just becoming completely irrational and illogical and so on and so forth, or it's just becoming like a problem, that's when I just either distract myself from it or I shut it the fuck down.
But like you said before, there's most situations where you can react logically. You sit back for about 10, 15 minutes and you react logically. Right. And then there's the rare situation where you're human.
I understand that.
And I was human I was logical for as long as I possibly could be, and then the human side came out, and it was ugly.
Yeah, that's not good. I hear you. See, I never knew what the situation was, and I didn't know, but I didn't know. But I'm glad, I'm glad, you know, things worked out, or whatever the case may be. I'm sad that you guys can't rekindle your friendship, whatever it was. But
That'll never happen.
Again, like I told you before, believe me, I completely understand. I'm that type of person. I advocate getting rid of friends or relinquishing friends that are not, you know, within your common interests or helping you out, whatever the case may be. Not worth it.
And I have never gotten to this point before, but I'm at the point where this person could actually die a horrible death, and I wouldn't care.
Oh, damn.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Good stuff.
I would shed not one tear.
Damn.
And I've never gotten to that point before, but there are people that drive you to that point. I discovered that.
Man, you know what? What do you guys think about the I was reading there's a possible firing of Kathleen Kennedy due to Bob Iger. Bob Iger can't stand her. If I'm saying his name right, Bob Iger wants her out because she's ruined Star Wars and nobody wants to take the job now. He wants to get rid of her, but there's nobody that wants to take the job.
You promise?
No, I'm
good.
not. I am
good.
not.
Hope he gives her an Iger uppercut.
She done fucked it up so much. Like, they don't know how how to fix it. That's why I had that podcast with like other friends of mine that are well versed within Star Wars and shit like that. And essentially, even though we gave the podcast, nobody came up with a logical explanation of how we can fix Star Wars now.
Because you can't.
Yo, give this shit a nap. Put it to sleep.
Right.
Put that shit to bed for a little bit. Give it a rest.
I agree with you. Bob Iger is livid. I mean, he is angry. But the thing is, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna try to pull up the article that I was reading. Bob Iger.
However, I do agree with one person's standpoint where just go back and do origin stories. The origin stories that everybody wants. Just go back and do the origin stories. You can't mess that up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you can. I think you can mess them up if you, depending on who does the actual movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's why I am advocating wholeheartedly the ousting of Kathleen Kennedy. Get her out.
Oh, she needs to go.
No. From what I'm telling you, Bob Iger is pissed at her ass. He's fucking angry. He's like, yo, because what's really upsetting him is the fact that he's stuck with her and nobody wants to take her job. Like they're like, sure. They've even offered. J.J. Abrams don't want this shit. Ryan Johnson, he's just like big head Ryan. This motherfucker like
because it's a sinking ship.
Yeah, he just trying to run off into the sunset. He don't want. He like, yo, this shit, it's fucked up. Because like, really, honestly, when you go back and look at it now, shit is fucked up. It's no way like. It's for them to fix it up. Like Kenny said, they're gonna have to put this shit to sleep for a minute and then like work on some do some think tank shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think for a minute. I think they'll have to do it indefinitely. But like I said, just go back and do the origin stories that everybody wants.
Yeah, because essentially,
if they want to keep making money.
Yeah, you know, I think remember the point before the prequel movies came out where there was hardly any Star Wars anything. You had little action figures come out, and that was it.
Right.
I think we need to float back to there, do a few movies or TV show things, maybe some video games here and there. You know, keep doing action figures, do some comic books, build side things, and then maybe a few years from now, when everyone's all excited and they want a new movie, then you come bring it back. People want it because I think people are just kind of sick of it right now.
Yeah.
It's too much bullshit. It's too much that done gone on, and like this right here. This right here is Bob Iger speaks on new film setting. Disney wants to dump Star Wars boss Kathleen Kennedy, but here we go right here. Disney wants to dump Star Wars boss Kathleen Kennedy, but there's a problem. After an incredibly disappointing box office performance with Solo: A Star Wars Story, rumors started to swirl that Disney was looking to replace Kathleen Kennedy as the head of Lucasfilm. Overseeing the Star Wars franchise, there were more specific rumors that Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige would be brought in to oversee Star Wars franchise, but that was shut down earlier this month. Now a new rumor claims Disney wants Kennedy out, but they're having trouble finding a replacement. Here's what Beyond the Trailer Grace Randolph had to say in a new video, adding that her source came deep within Pinewood Studios.
Because no one wants to captain a sinking ship.
Wow.
No, exactly. No, like Kenny said, honestly, Kenny, I think what you what you pretty much prescribed is the best solution. I really do. He said, they said here there was a secret conference call with all top Star Wars brass in attendance. The kind of call where apparently security guards stand outside the different conference room doors and make sure that no one eavesdrops. But here's the kicker. Top brass at not only Star Wars, but also Marvel and Pixar were also in the call, but listening only, likely at the request of Bob Iger, who wants their advice on how to fix this shit show. And yes, he does know it's a shit show, evident. The word that he wants Kathleen Kennedy out, he actually does, but nobody will take her job. Several have been approached, but turned down, including J.J. Abrams, who turned it down flat and didn't even hesitate. While this
He said no.
He
said no.
While this may support ongoing rumors that Kathleen Kennedy's days atop Lucasfilm are numbered, none of the following details have been confirmed, and they likely won't be anyone at Disney or Lucasfilm. Let me pull this badge up because this shit, fuck. Still given all the controversy swirling around Solo, a Star Wars story, plus the franchise low box office numbers, most expected some out of sort of a change to be made. But getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy after one flop, Solo, Star Wars story, and 3 massive hits, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and Star Wars: The Last Jedi, seems like 2 drastic events. For some, here's what Grace Randolph had to say, and why Disney was having so much trouble finding someone to take over this beloved franchise. Why does nobody want to run Star Wars? Well, it's probably pretty obvious for many of you. So let me spell it out for you. And that's the risk-averse Hollywood. Nobody wants to run a house divided, which apparently is Kathleen Kennedy, which is apparently what Kathleen Kennedy has created. It's divided between her loyalists, which she bought in and wear those Forces female t-shirts, and the loyalists to the brand itself that were there before Kathleen. This is how bad shit is. This is how bad shit is. And the thing about it, Star Wars it's not complex. It's fairy tale storytelling. You just got to tell a decent story. Just do the good versus evil thing, and you'll make fucking billions of dollars.
But right now, it's all aboard the Nope train to fuck that shit, Phil. Don't nobody want to get on that.
You know what's interesting is there's a Facebook page I'm on that's for a podcast I used to kind of listen to, right? And one thing that kind of stirred me away from that podcast, I noticed the crowd was kind of, they're kind of new age complaining. I don't know what you'd call them, like millennial complaining. They're all that. So whatever Danae's talking is that when I was on that Facebook page, they would post the opposite. And they would just love the fuck out of the Star Wars movies and would applaud every little itty bitty thing. And Kathleen Kennedy's great, and if you don't like her, go screw yourself. So it's odd to know that there are fans of this type of shit. And it's mostly the younger generation have no idea about the older movies until they saw them years later on DVD or something.
Right.
So it does have its audience. That's the odd thing. So people do like this type of garbage. It's mostly sad to say, it's most of your college kids types. They love this stringy version of Star Wars.
It's the people who didn't grow up with it.
Well, see, you know what? It's another thing too.
It's bad fan fiction, I think.
Exactly. It's very bad fan fiction. This is the type of shit that, like, I would say this new Star Wars, the way Star Wars is going and the way, like, the movies are being shitted out for us to fucking consume and shit like that, I would say it's on a level of, like the shit that early Sci-Fi Channel used to push out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like the early Sci-Fi Channel shit was just like garbage shit. You just read it or like you just watched it and you were like, but you knew it was garbage. People of any that are used to like quality television, quality movie, quality books, they would just be like, oh, this fucking garbage. Okay, well, I just got a message from Shamika. She got to troubleshoot her mic. Her mic is acting up. But yeah, like that's the situation that's going on with Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars and Disney and shit. But like you said, Kenny, I think it should just turn into a scenario where they just put that shit to bed for a minute. Let this shit die down, because this shit fucked up right now. It's real messed up right now.
Yeah. Let people get excited about it again. That's all. Yeah, let people get nostalgic.
I'm going to be honest with you. Really, to be honest, Disney should just license a lot of shit out, make some TV shows and shit like that. Keep it alive. Keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? Divulge on a lot of they could do some of the Knights of the Old Republic shit and make some money. You know what I'm saying? It's tons of shit they can do. There's tons of shit they could do to keep this shit rolling. But I mean, like, it's as far as like the current state of Star Wars and the trilogies and shit, kill that shit. Did that shit.
I mean,
They're
already
bring
coming
anything
out.
to maybe like 2021 or 2020, some shit like that.
Yeah. Build some nostalgia for it again. Make it nostalgic for it one more time.
Make it to where motherfuckers forget this shit. Because right now
they're already coming out with a Star Wars Land, though.
Yeah.
Maybe they could just let that roll and just quiet everything else. Just let it roll. Let people who grew up with it enjoy that, and then just get excited when they come out with some new stuff.
Right. I agree fully. I also watched it. Anybody watch the new Cloak and Dagger series?
Yes, I love it.
What did you think?
I'm not gonna lie. Before they were coming out and showed teasers of the show. I had no idea that it was, a comic and all that. I didn't know the backstory, any of that. But I am loving the new series. It's heavy on the social commentary with, police brutality and discrimination, because, not to give too much away, she comes from like a trailer, well, not originally, but after her dad dies, she grew up in like a trailer park and all that stuff.
Trailer trash, you can say it.
Okay. And
hee-haw.
After her dad dies, her mom is, destitute. They go to a trailer park, and that's where she grows up. But the cloak half, the black guy, he comes from, a life of privilege. Really, he goes to a private school and all that, but he's still profiled against.
Right.
Like, she could be walking down the street, trailer park, this trailer park grow up, and nobody stops her. But he's this privileged black kid wearing a hoodie, and he's scared to walk down the street because, his brother was shot by the police for no damn reason, mind you, for no reason. And he's always mindful. There's a scene where his mother is like, I know you're a good kid, but I'm terrified to let you out of this house. I'm terrified to let you be you because you may not come home. I know you're a good kid, but that doesn't matter because you may not come home regardless. And I teared up. I cried during that scene because it's so true. I love the series.
Question. I missed it. I didn't see a series, but I read some of the comic growing up. Are they still junkies? Do they still survive as junkies?
Exactly. Go ahead, Tiffany.
But like I said, I didn't read the comics. I didn't grow up on all that.
But are they junkies? Yeah, are they still sticking that sweet sugar in their arms?
Yeah, they were heroin addicts. They got their powers.
Yeah.
Through being by junkies, and then you come to find out this demon was pretty much giving them the heroin and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Super heroin.
No, but see, they got their powers as in this.
I didn't want to kill it for you, Tiff, but I mean, he put it out there. Them motherfuckers was junkies growing in the when I was growing up. They were junkies.
It's time to take on the enemy. Quickly shoot up, and they shoot. Super junkies.
But no, that's not the story at all. That's not the story.
No, I know. Because I
would have been spicier if it was.
No, they changed it up a bit.
In the show, they got their powers as children by accident.
Wait, you said she's a trailer park trash type of broad. Is she at least a meth head?
No.
Nope.
No missing teeth.
No. She did do some drugs though, because she's.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, this show's on Freeform, which was previously ABC Family, so they couldn't be so graphic with it.
Yeah.
But I love it. I do.
But she can't be a crank doing a trailer park trash type of girl. That's a shame.
And because in this story, she's willing to do anything she has to do to get out of town. No, she might sell it though, but she's not doing it. She's real hard up. She's doing anything she can to survive. She goes to these college parties, these different parties, and she drugs these guys and robs them.
Yep.
And apparently one guy remembered her and caught up with her, and she ends up killing him. So now she's doing everything she can to get out of town. So that's the story so far.
So what you're telling me is comic book Dagger would have robbed TV Dagger for all of her cook-up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, but honestly, what threw me off a little bit, and again, I understand that they wanna pretty much like, it got to be on ABC Family, but like
Yeah, you have
Hulk
to.
and Dagger, that crew, that duo was similar to kind of like the Punisher and shit like that, because he, in the comic book, he had to kill people sometimes to keep himself alive, because because he had the dart, and she would like heal him and shit like that. That's how they had to stay together. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's interesting. I'm taking a different spin on it, whatever the case may be. I'm enjoying the different spin on it. I mean, I'm accepting it for what it is. I mean, I'm going to give it a chance. So,
I think right now they may eventually get to that point, but right now they just found each other. They're growing up with these powers and they're figuring it out.
Right.
I think eventually they may, how sometimes shows switch networks.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that may be it.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, what was the other thing I saw here? You know what I wanted to ask you guys? I don't know if you guys are Walking Dead fans or not. Anybody here a Walking Dead fan?
I'm a casual fan. I do enjoy it.
I caught a few episodes off and on myself.
Okay, so with that, has anybody seen Fear the Walking Dead before?
I've seen it, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's The Walking Dead light.
Mm-hmm.
The Walking Dead it's become more of the main course for me, and Fear the Walking Dead is kind of a appetizer type deal. I like Fear the Walking Dead, but not as much as the actual Walking Dead show. If that makes sense. Let's see.
Now, see for me, I believe this is just my opinion, right? I like Fear the Walking Dead better than I do The Walking Dead now. Fear the Walking Dead, for some reason, there's more character development. I feel more in tune and more in touch with the characters. You know what I mean? Not to mention, it's just more of an intense story. And they don't try to, again, Tiffany, we're very honest with each other. Oh, Kenny, if you want to see the comments, you got to watch the stream on a different browser, on like, or separate from like the one we're in right now, brother.
No, I can see the comments.
Oh, you can see the comments from the YouTube stream?
Yeah, that's Tiffany. You can't see them. Yeah, you gotta go on like a separate browser to look at it.
Yeah, I don't have that. I'm actually talking to you guys on my phone, and I'm watching this stream on my PS4.
Yeah, it should come right up on the right hand side. Come right up on the right hand side. Just gotta mess around with the settings. That's all. Just gotta mess around with the settings. But yeah, I mean, like, I like Fear the Walking Dead. I like it much better than The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, I went back to reading the books because, like, the series, I feel as though they don't know what the hell they want to do, really. You know what I mean? One minute they got some guys, next minute they don't have some guys. One minute they want to have some people on. And I get it. I understand that you want to give it a nice, intense feel, but I just feel as though the writing is just going all over the place and stuff like that, and it just has no more structure. So I went back to reading the Walking Dead books, and I started watching Fear the Walking Dead because at that time I was really into the Walking Dead series, and I wanted something to fill the void while Walking Dead wasn't on TV. So I started watching Fear the Walking Dead, and I absolutely loving it. I love the female protagonist. She's actually good. What I like is that they don't make her this superhero or this super type woman that just knows all the answers, doesn't need help or whatever the case may be. she's a relatable heroine. That's what I like. I don't like these Mary Sues or these characters that automatically know this and know that. No, she makes mistakes. She sometimes does the right thing, sometimes does the wrong thing. She's trying to really just make it through this. She's a survivalist. It's very whoever written her, and I think it was I don't think it was the original writer of The Walking Dead, but whoever wrote her, they did a great job. They did a great job. And not to mention, like, everybody's not just getting killed off just for the sake of getting killed off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think I like The Walking Dead. You know, from in general, it's a good stepping stone for people who want to go and do other things.
Right.
Like Michonne's character, Denai Guerra, she went on to do Black Panther, or Samir Wiley.
Right.
She went to do other things like Orange Is the New Black. It's a great stepping stone. So I like it for that as well.
Yeah, I just had to give my camera a rest because I think it was getting hot because it was starting to get blurry. You know what I mean? I don't know what was going on. But yeah, I don't know what was going on. But
the North Korean camera, man. You
no,
stop buying shit from eBay.
Logitech,
stop buying shit from eBay.
Ain't no fucking
There's packages from China you keep getting.
I mean, or you guys could join Team iPhone. That's my phone. My phone camera is just fine. My phone's not hot or anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and this is like...
I hate to live to the stereotype. There's all kinds of memes that pop off, and hey, when so-and-so droid user has a camera and it looks like robot-y pixely shit. For some reason, mine does. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it, but mine does.
You probably got to go in and tweak your settings or something like that.
Yeah, I do. So y'all get an anime picture of Costanza.
And mine comes through.
Man, iPhone is... Man, we not even gonna get into that. We already know what iPhone is. Y'all
I'm okay.
Behind the 8 ball now, bro. Y'all behind. At one time, y'all was the shit, but like y'all behind the 8 ball now.
Whatever.
Y'all behind the 8 ball. Y'all behind. Superior Android people.
Yes, that's right.
Bow before the droid.
I'm with that. I'm with that. Yes. I'm real big on superiority, so yeah, I agree. Yes. God,
but no,
I hate to say it, but I would have made a decent
Android's next.
Which one?
I said, but in all seriousness, we are thinking about going to the Galaxy next. So.
No, trust me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you, you will not regret it. Kenny, have you regretted it? Remember, and Kenny, no, listen to me.
Great phone. I'm coming off old man phones. The Galaxy 9 is a great phone. I'm coming off like flip phones and shit, so.
Yeah, believe me, I was telling him, I said, Kenny, you're gonna have to update. I'm not gonna do no I don't need nothing else, man. He got a hold of that motherfucker. He couldn't stop talking to me about that shit for like a good week. He was like, he was like, man, this fucking phone is amazing. I said, I told you, brother. I told you. And I welcomed him in arms. I was like, come on. I said, come on into the fold, brother. Come on in.
Hey, it took a minute. It took a minute. But I was all, you know, I was flip phone. I had a BlackBerry. I was all BlackBerry'd out.
Right.
And then you have to because the BlackBerries just become nonsensical eventually, and I can't do nothing with it. So you have to move up on and get a new one.
Right.
But a Samsung, Galaxies are great phones. I got the S9 Plus myself. Actually, the screens are more durable. I had the 8, and it had a fragile, weak screen that just pretty would shatter just by pretty much touching it really hard. The 9 is a lot more durable because I didn't drop mine left and right, and it's perfect.
I mean, with any phone, get an OtterBox. I've got an OtterBox, and I've dropped my phone plenty of times where it should have been broken to pieces.
I keep my... Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I keep my shit. Hold on, I'm gonna show you what I keep my shit in. I got 2 of them.
Like with any phone we get, we always make sure we get an OtterBox before we even take it out the house.
I got the see-through shit because I wanted to see the color that my phone came in.
Yeah, where that vanity gets you.
Hey, the blue is really sharp. It's really sharp. It's almost like a purplish blue. It's really sharp.
I'm sure it's pretty. in
Well,
pieces.
see,
It is.
this is the case. This is the this is like a case where I don't have to open the phone, right? And I can operate it and answer calls and everything.
Pretty.
And this is the case for my other phone that's similar to it. See?
Ooh.
I'll show you. There we go. See, like if somebody calls me, I can just answer it like this with the cover on it, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with this one.
Hey, I got the same stupid sleep screen you do. It's just a basic clock. I need to change my shit.
Nah, you gotta get the one where like you can like do all sorts of shit. And look at this motherfucker right here I got on my screen. Look at that authority. Look at that authority, nigga. You know
Just walking.
You know the fuck that nigga.
But yeah, I always get the basic black heavy duty. You can drop it off a cliff and it still works. OtterBox case.
Look at this motherfucker.
It's got
this
hey.
Hey. Hey, that's me and Kenny, Bebop and Rocksteady. Bebop and Rocksteady. I'm Bebop, Kenny Rocksteady. You just want to shoot shit. He got on the RT. I got the purple mohawk.
I always liked the Rhino. He was one of my favorites.
I've always liked Bebop for some reason. I love that mohawk, man. You're dead, Shelbray.
Oh, what did you think of the movie?
Which one? What? Which one?
Out of the Shadows.
Out of the Shadows was the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second one, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. The first one was fucking garbage. Since when are Ninja Turtles 9 and 10 feet tall? The second one, yeah. The second one,
they were giants in the first one, though. They were like Hulks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second one, that shit was right. They portrayed Bebop and Rocksteady perfectly because I loved them too. Those are my favorite. And then he shrunk the turtles down too, which is good. He shrunk them down, so that was good. You know what I mean?
They're supposed to be like a 5 foot nothings. They're like 5'1", I think.
Tallest Ninja Turtles have ever been. And this is like really going on like hard comic book enthusiasts or hard comic reference or source material. The tallest they've ever been is like 5'1", 5'2". That's it.
Dang.
They're not tall. They're not tall. They are not tall. Ninja Turtle, because essentially when they started out with Eastman and Laird's, I think the Ninja Turtles was like 4 foot something. You know what I mean? They weren't big. They were not big. I mean,
but I mean, how exactly can you take on the Foot Clan if you're like midget size?
Because they're ninjas. They're ninjas. They're stealthy. They're supposed to be
stealthy. They're ninjas.
Small.
They're small. Ninja Turtles are not big. I keep trying to tell people like Ninja Turtles ain't no 6-footers or no shit like that.
I don't know. I think I err on the side of the people who prefer them to be taller. I can't take any hero seriously if they're shorter than me, and I'm only 5'3". Okay.
Well, then you don't like Wolverine then.
All right, let's say
Wolverine is like 5'4", 5'5".
All right, in the context of reality, let's say Shaq puts on a ninja outfit and he tries to sneak around you. You're gonna see him regardless of how big Shaq is.
Exactly.
But that's the art of being a ninja.
No.
Yeah, but it won't work if you're a giant.
No, it really won't.
It don't work on
Like
with all kinds of heavy armor clangy bits too. They have noise-making attachments on their body left and right. They're giants. It was nonsensical.
Up your ninja game.
Yeah, so look, check it out. It's just like you do see this big motherfucker over here with black on, right? Yeah. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Like, I know I'm not the only one seeing
like,
it.
I see you. I fucking see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mouse Type says, hey, she's average turtle size. Yeah, but Ninja Turtles aren't that tall. They are not tall. And that's honestly, when I was growing up,
first one,
love them. That's what made me love them.
Hey, I don't remember how they did it though. If you remember correctly, how the first movie, the Shredder was a white guy, and all of a sudden, part 2 he was Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they ignore like the original guy from the first movie? You say, hey, that didn't happen. They just kind of retcon it.
They made him Asian. They made him Asian in the second one. And
I mean, did they ignore the fact that the previous guy was white, and they just kind of just said, hey, that didn't happen?
if you ask me, he totally disavowed the first film because he knew how much of a flop and how people hate
Yeah,
it.
that's what I was thinking. 'Cause I was watching it and I didn't really hear any references to the first Shredder guy at all.
He did what he did with his fucking shit Transformers movie. Each one is his own fucking entity that doesn't tie into another one. Like there's no sense of continuity or continuation with it. So it was just like, you know, he was like, I enjoyed how he did the second one. I really do. I really enjoyed how he did the second one. I loved it. How he put, and like the way he did Krang, absolutely loved it. I loved how he did Krang. I loved it. He had Krang all slimy and nasty and shit. And you know the what do they call it? The bio android that Krang sits in his gut and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? He had that up there, and occasionally you saw like the facial expression of the android. It'll be like, like, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Yeah. He did a good job with it. If you get a chance, watch it. It should still be on Netflix.
No, I did. I saw it. I was just wondering how come it didn't really throw back to the first movie when I was watching it. It was like, then I realized, oh, it's a Michael Bay movie, and he doesn't really pay attention to his continuity. So that's just what it is.
I don't know. I just hold with you guys. You're not going to convert me. I just hold with the fact that if a hero is shorter than me, I can't take him seriously.
So
I never.
You don't like Wolverine. So you don't like Wolverine.
There you go. Wolverine's like 5'3".
Yeah, 5'3", 5'4". Wolverine is not a tall man. Hugh Jackman did a horrible portrayal of Wolverine. I never liked him as Wolverine. I'm being honest. Never did. Because Wolverine is a short guy, but he's 300 and some odd pounds.
Yeah.
He's wide as fuck.
How?
He was like Tyson. Look at Tyson. Tyson was a 5 foot nothing, but he was all low center of gravity and just taking your head off with uppercuts and body shots.
You never knew that, Tiffany? You never knew Wolverine was no more than like 5'4", 5'3"?
No. I did know that, but I was praising Jesus that they made Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
I'm not me myself.
I say, you know, he should have been. He should have been Chris Benoit before he became a murderer, because he was short as hell and built like him.
I mean, if you're gonna go with canon, yes, that would have been perfect. But I was like, yes.
They could have, if you ask me, they could have had what's his name? Hugh Jackman portray any other X-Men. Actually, he would have been a perfect Gambit if you ask me, instead of playing Wolverine.
There you go. Yeah, he would have been a great Gambit.
Okay, I can see that.
I think he would have been a perfect Gambit instead of portraying Wolverine. Wolverine needs to be a short, furry, scruffy type dude with the broken nose right here. You know what I mean?
Chain smoking cigars. He got to be smoking cigars
and shit like that. Wolverine is a very well-built and like wide guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's all
man.
You know what? He should look like a cage fighter. He should have like the cauliflower. His nose should be fucked up. He should be short. He should look like he's been through all kinds of damaging things to his body.
He's got the healing factor. Should he really look like that though?
Yeah, but look how he's drawn. I mean, when you break a bone, sometimes it doesn't really grow exactly like it used to be.
My nose was broke before, and I mean, like, you could tell, like, it never really grew back purple.
But you don't have super healing, did I?
Yeah, but I don't know. You got a point there. You got a point.
Look how he's drawn. Sometimes he's drawn like damn near a cave person. Like, you remember how what's his name? Sam Keith used to draw him all kinds of short and stubby, hairy as hell with like fangs in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, like you said, money talks, and I'm coming from a purely female standpoint.
Of course.
Coming from a purely female standpoint, thank Jesus they made him tall, okay?
Yeah, because you don't want to. You're a heightish. You don't want a short 5 foot something hairy man taking his shirt off on camera.
No. I regret nothing.
She said, "I regret nothing. I regret nothing." So check it out. Want to give a shout out to XXX Tentacion. We also lost Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's father, and we also lost the wrestler. What was his name? Oh God. He just died like a few hours ago. Not his name, but I remember him from WWE Tough Enough, I think it was. His name, wrestler dies. I was reading it today.
Anytime you hear the word wrestler dies, you gotta be like, oh, I hope it's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, his name was a flavor. Matt Cappotelli. He died of answer.
I can't speak to the last one. I can't. But the first two, garbage humans.
You think so?
Good riddance.
Who are the first? You have the Triple X guy, and who's the other one that died besides him?
Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson father.
Oh yeah, because Michael Jackson was partying for like 9 years, and then Joe Jack came on there and it's like, damn, party's done.
People really don't care about you, but I look at it like this: when a person dies, whether you like them or not, I feel as though they paid their debt. And yeah, even though you may have been a garbage human, I'm still gonna be like, all right, rest in peace. But I mean, it may be a thing I may not like you, but rest in peace. I'm not gonna shit on you.
No. I do not believe in sanctifying people after they die. No. I do not believe in sanctifying people after they die. If you were garbage, human,
you want that shit to carry that. What you say? Your evil go beyond.
You know what? I agree with that. I agree.
Follow you.
You shouldn't let death change your opinion of somebody. If you feel a certain way about someone while you're living, it shouldn't change.
Well, like who was that? Because as soon as Joe Jackson died, it was some of the most heartless or like most fucking cold things I saw come out
right away.
I was like, it was one that came up on my Facebook page. I was like, oh shit! And they showed Michael Jackson dancing and shit. Then when they said your father come in, and then you saw his face. He was like. He was looking like I was like, oh man, that's fucked up. And people was passing that shit around like it was fucking.
It was funny. Stop it.
Around like it was a button. I was like, oh man, this is fucked up. I said, damn.
That shit was fantastic.
I was about to put up there, rest in peace, Joe Jackson. And then, he died. I was like, oh man, that's fucked up. And the thing about it,
like I said, I do
none of the other Jacksons like, rest in peace and whatever. It was just like,
No, goodbye, you garbage human.
Hey,
goodbye.
What do y'all think about the theory that Michael Jackson was a castrate? Because Michael Jackson's doctor, one of the doctors said that Joe Jack and moms used to chemically castrate Michael Jackson when he was a young man. That's why he's kind of built like that and why he had that high voice, leading to him kind of being crazy.
That's fucked up. John said that Big Van Vader died too.
Oh yeah, there you go. Now that's a sad one right there. Damn. There goes Vader.
I used to love it.
He was fun to watch.
It wasn't either
stiff as hell watching.
Like that and shit.
Yeah, and he had the little red strap mask thing on his face. He came out to the ring with like a big mastodon metal helmet piece, like a Mad Max character.
I think it was either him or Bam Bam Bigelow that they got penalized on the WWF because they were violent in the ring. I think it was Bam Bam Bigelow. Because
that was definitely Bam.
Yeah.
Bam
Bam went right to ECW after that. I think it was Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's where all the goons go to. They go to ECW.
God, I love the ECW. That was my shit too. Dude, Taz was my favorite. Damn.
Wasn't it a guy in ECW that used to have like a fucking shopping cart and he would bring in like Nintendos, toasters?
New Jack. That was the original gangster New Jack, yeah.
Yeah,
and he would come out to Dr. Dre and Ice Cube, Natural Born Killers, and the song would play throughout the whole match and just loop until the match was done.
Mouse type says Joe took the express trip to hell.
Good. I hope he did.
That's fucked up.
He was
I don't know.
He was an opportunist.
What'd you say? He was an opportunist and what? Well, I think my mic went out.
There we go.
She said that's where Sting went. Mouse type said that's where Sting went.
Damn, Sting went to hell? That's terrible.
Sting isn't dead. I don't think Sting is dead, is he?
No, Sting's alive.
Yeah, Sting's not dead.
Both
he's still around.
The wrestler are still alive.
Putting crow makeup on his face, acting like he's still the crow in the 90s.
I had the biggest crush on Sting. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger.
Did you like him with the short hair or with the bootleg crow look?
The crow. The bootleg crow look. Yeah.
You don't like the surfer boy? He was a surfer first.
Nah.
Yeah, like
no.
Like didn't he look like a fucking Ultimate Warrior at one time?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. The crow look did it for me.
Warrior.
The crow with the leather and the bat. Yeah, that's my thing.
Oh man, look what I got a hold of. Look what I got a hold of. I'm gonna be doing a review on this tomorrow.
Ooh.
Gonorrhea.
Nah, that was like 1985. No, 19. Goddamn. The gift, no, it burns. The love burns. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh, nice.
My review.
You gotta trick. You gotta trick that thing out with all kinds of other things you can do.
Of course, that's what I was telling you. As soon as I fucking like flash it, you know what's happening. You know what? Yeah, as soon as I do a review on it, what I'm gonna do to it, right?
Well,
let's go. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Put Neo Geo and shit on it.
Yeah, but just want to say, and regardless of how you people feel about him, but rest in peace, XXX. Rest in peace, Joe Jackson, and rest in peace. What was his name? No, rest in peace, Big Van Vader. Rest in peace, Big Van Vader, and rest in peace, Matt Cappotelli, who was the Flavor. He died of brain cancer, but yeah. And the last topic we're going to hit for the night is Movie Pass loses AMC to their own service. Now, me, myself, being a big movie goer, I love Movie Pass. I do use Movie Pass, but AMC seems as though like they have a service that's going to pretty much shit on them. So, I mean, like, I don't know.
Personally, I never used that. I was more of a Regal Cinemas type person because I used to work at Regal Cinemas.
Right.
So I use Fandango a lot. I don't know.
Damn, I just pay when I go. Jesus.
I love actually, I was reading a message that Shamika just sent. She's having a bunch of technical difficulties, but I'll probably invite her on the show tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know what the hell we're gonna do. I might do a show tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't know.
This guy says a Triple X ain't dead. I'm pretty sure he is, dude. I saw the pictures. All over the
whole video.
There's all kinds of meme pictures. I saw a picture with like a Call of Duty character and in the body there. So go look for a meme. There's memes all over the place.
There's a video circling around of him actually dead in his car. He's gone.
Yeah, he slumped over.
Oh damn! Somebody's mouse.
Sting
cheap movie passes from work, so she was like, "Fuck all that."
Nah, Sting didn't go to ECW. He went to WCW. There was no ECW when Sting was around. ECW, actual ECW, died in 2000 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cheapo though. I'll go like a $5 movie matinee, like an afternoon.
Yeah, but you know what? See that I love the movie, like the theater experience. I love like just sitting in the theater or whatever the case may be. I love Movie Pass. I grabbed Movie Pass. When was it? I've had Movie Pass for I would say about a year now, and I absolutely love it. I love it. But AMC is coming up with their own Movie Pass type of deal. Because me myself, giving me the opportunity, I go to the movies every day. I would. I love movie theaters. I do. I absolutely love them. But I was reading, and I think I found the article right here where AMC is trying to crush Movie Pass, because even though Movie Pass is with AMC in terms of you can use an AMC theater to go to with Movie Pass and you can see the movies. You can only see, I think you can see that movie once, but you can see as many movies as you want in a month, but you can only see that one movie once. You know what I mean? Once that week or some shit like that, something like that. But I know I absolutely love it. It's only $10 and I absolutely love it. But it says AMC looks to crush Movie Pass. It says, all right, let me pull up my patch. It says movie theater giant AMC wants to show Movie Pass how to do subscription services right. After railing against the upstart service from the Hillius and Matheson, that lets you see one movie a day every day for just under $10 a month. The world's largest movie theater chain has unveiled its own compelling competing service that has one key difference. AMC wants to make it a viable business. As part of its AMC Stars member loyalty program, AMC is launching a new tier to the rewards program called A-List that lets members view as many as 3 movies per week for $19.95 a month. While that seems like it's a shortchange moviegoers compared to what Movie Pass allows, the AMC service gives members enhanced benefits, including seeing movies more than once, seeing movies in 3D, IMAX, Dolby Cinema, and special AMC formats. Tickets can be purchased on a whim or in advance through AMC advanced reservation systems. You can see all three weekly movies in a single day. Oh, so you can spend a whole fucking day there. just with one fucking pass. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you can do that anyway with one ticket. Just movie hop.
No, I don't know. Over here, motherfuckers be on it. They
I
be on
do that already.
Nah, they be on your ass over here, man. They'll fucking lock your ass. They be squatting on you like fucking Khalif and shit like that.
Oh, that's a shame.
They be squatting.
That's messed up.
Yeah, they be squatting on your ass like that. So if you like, but me, most of the time they see my big ass in there, they be like, they just turn like they didn't see me, and I'm do another theater. I'll be like.
So if you played in 1995,
it also says A-list members get all the benefits of AMC Stubs Premiere, such as free upgrades on popcorn, soda, free refills on large popcorn, etc. No member card is needed. The service is web and smartphone based. Moviegoers may see those options as significantly better opportunity than what MoviePass allows, since MoviePass only permits you to see a movie once. Showings are limited to 2D films. You have to check in at the theater to get your tickets. You can only see one movie a day, and you need your member card to buy the tickets. Okay, beating the high cost of movie tickets and announcing the new program, AMC Entertainment CEO and President Adam Aron made sure to highlight what the A-List program was about, noting that AMC Stubs A-List rewards guests with something that no one else offers, the very best of AMC for one simple substantial price. It's that last part that is the dig at the rival, because MoviePass pays movie theaters full price for the tickets its customers buys. It will typically start losing money on the membership as soon as someone buys a second ticket in a given month. MoviePass is sought to offset the money-losing service by negotiating a percentage of concession stand revenue, as well as entering into the movie distribution business. So yeah, pretty much like, I mean, it's pretty much a thing where like I would take I love MoviePass. I love going to AMC. So I'm going to keep my MoviePass, and I'm pretty much probably going to invest in the AMC just to see how it goes. Even though it's a higher premium, I still think it's a better deal than just having to pay for a ticket and shit like that. Because me myself, being that I love movies, I love reviews, I love doing movie reviews. I can go see a movie almost every fucking day. I love it. So I mean, like,
now, all the while you was describing all that, nowhere did I hear cheaper snacks or concession stands be discounted.
Yeah, they did.
That'd be
AMC.
Did they?
Yeah, they mentioned it. That's what they're saying. See, A-list members get all the benefits of AMC Prime, such as free popcorn, free upgrades on popcorn and soda, free refills on large popcorn, etc. You can't be.
Okay, it's worth it alone, because I'm used to getting gouged for like $8 for a large drink and like God knows how much for a large thing of popcorn.
No, like no shit.
You do know movie theaters, especially like independent ones like Regal and stuff, they make most of their money off the concessions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people won't tell you this, but movie theaters make their money off of concessions. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I mean, they're not really making money. And the only time they start making money is like 2 weeks after that film is showed. Am I correct, Tiffany? Because you said you work at a movie theater, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, that's a big fucking deal right there. And yeah, it's like me. I take me and my what is that? I take me, a friend, or whatever the case may be. Shit, or like take 3 people. Or I take like me and 2 of my nephews or whatever. Shit, that's $100, bro. Easy.
Yeah, because me, Ted, and our son, we went to go see Jurassic World. I got a large drink. Ted got a large drink. Little Teddy got a small drink. And they both got a pack of M&Ms and a pack of Reese's Pieces. That came to $30.
Wow. Well, looking here in the comments, Quentin said there was no blood at the scene. I believe he is not dead. You have a right.
Where is he? Hold on. I've dabbled in a lot of this conspiracy stuff myself. One of the shows I was a part of used to do all kinds of horseshittery conspiracy, and I used to put my tinfoil hat on too and sit down with it. Let me guess, is he in some sort of cloning facility, sir? Is he in an underground facility where celebrities get cloned? I heard all kinds. Sir, he's dead. Let it go.
You know what? I hope he is.
Damn. She said, I hope he is.
Pretty sure he is.
He was a psychopathic person
But
And
you
I
know
hope he's
what?
gone
He
from this
was
earth.
changing. He was changing. Believe me, I
No,
did.
no,
I did.
he was fast. You can't
I
change
did a
that
Yeah.
lot
crazy.
of shit growing up.
I saw an Instagram video where he talking about inspiring kids or something, but whatever. Look at your face. Hopefully you tell him don't get the tattoos on your face. I'd hate if
Yeah,
my kids
exactly.
did that.
No,
Mouse.
listen. I have read up on him, and there are absolute witness accounts. You can't hide or change that kind of crazy. He was insane. You can't change that.
All right. Well, Quentin 25. If he, what's your theory if he's not dead? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's dusted.
Yeah, Quentin said, yeah, I don't know, Quentin. He just asked you, man. You
Pretty,
got the floor, bro.
pretty sure he's not a. Pretty sure he's not a clone.
Mouse Type says, for your information, most AMC passes does not allow you to view Disney movies. Yo, she brought that Disney shit up quick. She was like, if there ain't no Disney involved, it ain't gonna be nothing, bro. There ain't nothing happening. There ain't no Disney.
Oh shucks, there goes me viewing Littlest Mermaid 2 or something.
Ain't no Disney. Yo, she brought out the Disney. There ain't no Disney involved. Ain't no show. Ain't no show.
You know Disney wants their money before anybody else. They're not gonna involve themselves in your horse and pony show with your discounts.
But you hear me out, Kenny. Even try Movie Pass. Try it for like a month. It's only $10. Trust me, I beat the shit out of Movie Pass. I beat the hell out of them. I'll go see a movie, even some shit I don't even know. Even some shit, I'll just drive past the movie theater. I'll be like, let me see what this shit is. Let me see what this shit is. It's well worth it. It's well worth it. I love Movie Pass.
I'm telling you, there's all kinds of extra shit like this I don't do. So I have to reclaim myself to this shit. I do the very absolute minimum in terms of extra shit.
Now, what I wanted to hit on is that I don't know if you ever played Friday the 13th, the game. I absolutely love it. I love that game.
I wanted to. It looks good. Looks
fun.
But
you do know that there are no longer that game is official. Honestly, it's dead because of they lost between Victor Miller and the original writer.
No bug support. They're not gonna do anything to it.
Well, they said they're gonna do bug support. They said they're gonna support the servers and everything like that. But come on, let's be real. If they're not making money, they're not gonna support the shit. You know it as well as I do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the engine's good. Shit, take the engine and do something with it. I'm sure you can find a fit for it.
I don't think the way, and I've done my research. I've been reading up on this. I've been keeping up with it. The way this is going, even if they want to, they can't. They said like the way it's just like the things are set up. It's some legal issue that's going on or some shit like that. That
okay,
well, Friday the 13th game cannot go any, like they cannot make any content for it. They can't do nothing for it. They can't even do like make little maps and shit like that. I don't know what.
Right. Well, like I said, the game looks fun though, man. It's solid.
Me myself, I actually enjoy the single player mode more than I do the multiplayer mode. Because when you get a Friday the 13th game, you want to play as Jason. That's it. You want to play as Jason. I want to be a victim. I just want to run around killing people. I want to kill counselors. I want to kill them in the worst violent ways possible. It's a way for me to let off steam, for me to just pretty much. I like Jason. I love Jason. I got action figures of him back there, all that stuff. I love Jason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but did the producers or whatever come forth and say we're gonna take this engine and make something else? Because work out a few kinks, clean it up, and you can do something else with that engine. It'll be just fine.
Nope.
You can do a Michael Myers game with the engine. Hell,
honestly,
you can do it domain free. You can do a serial killer game. You can take Ted Bundy. You can do a Ted Bundy game. You can pick Rich Kuklinski, domain free. Use actual people. It's a good engine because it looks like a fun game to play. When I watch your gameplay, you're stocking up on people, gutting them. You can burn them in fire. It looks fun.
I can do that all day.
Yes.
So you know what, guys? I think we're gonna bring it to a close there. It was great doing the show with you. We're glad that we're here for you. We're glad that you guys came here, hung out with us. We enjoy having you on the show. I mean, I enjoy having my co-hosts here. I hope they enjoy having me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Check down in the link below. In the link below, we have like our Facebook fan page. You can contact us any way you want to. Contact us through email. You want us to do shows for you, whatever the case may be. I mean, whatever you guys want to do. We greatly appreciate you guys. Anything you want to plug, Tiffany?
No, I am good.
Okay.
Kenny?
Count Kenny, anything you want to plug? Anything you want to advertise? Anything you want us to know? You guys got some upcoming events that we need to know about?
Sure, folks can log on to Team Silver BJJ Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu based in the Bay Area. You can check us out online, all kinds of pictures, fun stuff online.
Awesome.
Facebook page too, Team Silver Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on Facebook.
That's right. Remember, it's Team Silver Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And being a Jiu-Jitsu fan as myself, and I do practice Jiu-Jitsu as well as Count Kenny. You got to check them out. You would love it.
It's fun for everybody, all ages.
Exactly. It's a good
I mean, you guys are badasses with jiu-jitsu. Maybe I should start it. Dang.
Yeah, you should. So that when
Good for everybody.
You know what? You know how we'll know you was at your first jiu-jitsu? Because you'll come in with like a little black eye, or your nose will look a little pushed over, or like you'll be sore or something like that. That's called getting your badges. That's called getting your
little choke kickies on your neck. It's fun stuff.
It's called somebody got cut. No.
Trust me, you learn to enjoy the pain. You start feeling good after a while. Believe me when I tell you.
I mean, I enjoy a bit of pain, but that's.
And on that,
I didn't hear that. I didn't say that.
On that, bid you adieu. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to check out the other playlists. We have video games, we got action figure reviews, we got gameplays.
Hatchimals. Go check out the Hatchimal video.
Yeah, check out the Hatchimals. Check out
the whole family.
Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for stopping through. We love you. Bye.